Welcome back, friends, to our podcast AI Talk. Today, we continue our exploration of matrix glitches and delve deeper into the signs that suggest we might be living in a simulation. In our last episode, we covered 10 signs that point towards this intriguing idea. We discussed various phenomena like deja vu and different technical anomalies in our environment. If you haven't seen that episode yet, I highly recommend you check it out. We also shared a couple of fascinating videos in a documentary format. The first features a cloud that strikingly resembles a tree. The second showcases a t-shirt that morphs into the shape of its owner's profile, suggesting that the Matrix, much like a computer, struggles to create entirely random things. These amusing videos set the stage for today's discussion. Today, we'll focus on an intriguing nuance: the perception of details, time, and specific moments, and how different functions can impact a person. We will explore how gaps in data can alter our understanding of reality. So what do I mean when I talk about gaps? Each of us tends to believe that we perceive reality continuously. But is that truly the case? Everything we see as we turn our heads presents a panorama of the world in front of us. We listen to others, draw conclusions, and think. It feels like a seamless flow of life. However, if we reflect on it, we realize that humans perceive the world at a certain frequency. Cinematic research has shown that 24 frames per second is sufficient for a continuous picture. Later studies found that 30 frames per second works well, and then 60 frames per second is considered optimal for smooth viewing. Our perception frequency is quite high. I believe that even at 120 frames per second, a person could still track events, especially in extreme situations. For instance, if someone falls from a roof, they may need to make rapid decisions and analyze the situation. In such moments, the brain likely increases its perception frequency, enabling faster processing. But here's the catch: this frequency is still discrete. Essentially, we don't perceive anything between these discrete moments. No matter how high the frequency is, there are always gaps in the data between events. These gaps could potentially be exploited by the creators of the Matrix to construct the digital picture in our brains. Now, let's explore a fascinating paradox involving the cargo that our traveler carries. Imagine he starts his journey with a load weighing 100 kilograms, consisting of 99% water. After an exhausting trip through the desert, the percentage of water drops to 98%. At first glance, this seems like a minor change, just 1%. But let's take a moment to think about this together. What do you think the new weight of the cargo would be? Some of you might guess that it's still around 98 kilograms, while others might have different ideas. But here's the key. We know that 1 kilogram of the total weight is the material of the containers, which remains unchanged. Now, if the new percentage of water is 98%, then 2% must represent the material. So how do we find the new total weight? If 2% corresponds to 1 kilogram, then 100% must be calculated as follows. 1 kilogram divided by 2% equals 50 kilograms. This means the cargo now weighs only 50 kilograms. This paradox illustrates how a seemingly small change in percentage can lead to a dramatic reduction in total weight. It challenges our intuition, reminding us that we must be careful when interpreting changes, as small adjustments can have significant effects on reality. As we wrap up this discussion, let's reflect on what we've learned from the paradoxes we explored today. The traveler's cargo illustrates a profound truth. Our intuition about change can often lead us astray. What seems like a minor adjustment in percentage can result in significant shifts in reality. This brings us to an important point about perception. Our understanding of the world is frequently shaped by how we process information, which is often discrete rather than continuous. Just like the frames in a film, there are gaps in our perception that can be manipulated or overlooked. Our brains tend to process information linearly, failing to account for the relational nature of percentages. This leads to cognitive biases where we underestimate the impact of small changes. Ultimately, it challenges us to rethink our understanding of reality, reminding us to always consider the relative context of changes and how they shape our perceptions. Interestingly, critics of the simulation theory often argue that creating such a complex simulation would require infinite energy. However, the examples we've discussed suggest that those who might have constructed our reality could be optimizing their energy systems by discretizing our perception. This could be a strategy to manage the complexity of the simulated world. In closing, I encourage you to think about how these paradoxes challenge our assumptions and provoke curiosity about the nature of reality. And before we end, I invite you to enjoy a captivating melody generated by artificial intelligence, inspired by the themes we've discussed in this episode. Thank you for joining me on this thought-provoking journey.
Where the future is now. Today, let the rhythm of progress lead you somehow. Imagine the soundscape that pulses innovation, a melody that defies all limitation. Breaking barriers, we're pushing the line.